Yes, yes, yes. Hi. I am back. And as per usual, it's a story. My immigration journey is a story. Migrating from Jamaica to Canada is a story. Even though I wrote a book about it, it's still a story. All of the story is not in the book. The book would probably be very thick if I were supposed to put everything in there. Nevertheless, I can put it in a video, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm so happy that you find this information um helpful, and your questions, you don't have to worry, they're being answered because listen, I don't believe in keeping this information to myself. I'm not a selfish person. I have a motto ever since I came here: the road to Canada is not blocked, the gate is wide open. Come he, come he. And I will say this to you, as it was for me, it might not be the same for everybody, but it's an extensive journey in the sense that it has highs and lows, as I've said before. It's not smooth sailing, so don't think that, oh, and yeah, it's not magic. So you have to be prepared. You have to have a mindset that things might happen. So you want to be very much prepared mentally for a migration move. All right. So far, you know that I began the whole research into coming into Canada in November of 2015. I applied to my school in February of 2016, and that application process with the school back in and forth in was for a couple months up until about June 2016. And then in July, I applied for my student visa and I got rejected. I got my rejection letter on the 12th of August. And yeah, what did I do? I reapplied 1 week later, no delay. I just addressed the concerns that they had. And if you are watching this video first, you might want to go back to the previous video. They all have titles that will let you know exactly what I mentioned in them. But yeah, you can go back to that and see exactly what I did. Now that you are here, you're going to find out what happened when the Canadian immigration sent me an email regarding my documents. Actually, this time it wasn't a pickup. In the email that they sent me, they said, and I wish I had it here so I could read it, but they sent me a PDF to the point that I was actually worried that it might be a scam. But I got a PDF from Canadian Immigration saying your application for a student visa has been approved. Yeah, let me do my own applause because, as I said, I'm not editing any of these videos, so I am not going to be putting in any applause or any reaction to anything. But yeah, so on the 29th, now if you look on your calendar and you count between the 19th of August to the 29th of August, you would see that is basically 6 working days. And you know that typically their time to respond is anyway between 14 working days or more. Sometimes actually like 21 working days or more. I got a response within 6 working days. And this time my application was successful and I was now granted a student visa. All right. And I want to make reference to that because sometimes we call it permit and we don't realize that the student visa is different from the study permit. So we'll talk about the study permit in another video, but this time I'm just saying, sharing the good news with you that my student visa application was successful within just 6 days of reapplying, and now my focus was on leaving because here what I got the email on the 29th. which, by the way, I didn't see until the 30th of August. And my flight was booked for the 2nd of September. Count with me. August 29, August 30, August 31, September 1, September 2. So by the time they messaged me, I was supposed to be leaving 5 days' time. Yeah, I'm a risk taker. If you want to know more about that, you can read my book or you can ask me about it. I will tell you. Um, I'm a risk taking Christian. I do everything in faith. But let's get back to this. I said I'm not talking about the book. So, I left Jamaica now, as I said, on the 2nd of September, right? And school for me started on the 5th. But I want to give you an update now as to what happens when you arrive into Canada for the very first time. So, you are told in your letter that you get when they say that your visa application was successful. You are told to ensure that when you are traveling, you have that same letter with you. You have your school acceptance letter and any other document that the immigration officer at the airport might ask for to solidify the reason why you're in the country. So as I said before, there's a difference between a student visa and a study permit. When you get to immigration, you are going to be given a study permit. So your student visa is just for you to fly into the country. It's for you to enter Canada. But when you get there now, you get a study permit, which basically serves two purposes. It's the proof that you are eligible to study in Canada, and it also is a documentation that you can use to seek employment, part-time employment to be exact, right? And I will basically give you in subsequent videos an idea of what working part-time during term time and full-time during holidays looks like. So when you get to the airport and the first set of immigration officer, well, now everything is automated. So you go, you provide your scan of your passport and you scan the visa page, and you go through, and an immigration officer says to you, yeah, you're good. There is an area, especially if you are going to come to Toronto. So let's talk about Toronto, because that's where I'm at. Toronto International Airport. There's a sign in there that says new immigrants and new students. So you go to that area of the airport and you provide your letter of acceptance, your letter that you got from immigration to say that you were successful, and your passport, and just, you know what, guys, like me, they said don't pack those things in your checked luggage. So don't pack them in your checked luggage. Put them on your carry-on. Everything that you needed to provide immigration when you were applying, I had copies of those just in case the immigration officer, who was not going to give me my study permit, asked for them. So just be like me. Hoard those stuff. Bring them with you on your carry-on, so that when you go to the immigration officer who is supposed to give you your permit, then you can provide it. One thing I didn't know at the time, but I know now and will tell you, depending on when you come into the country, apply for what is called your social insurance number, the number that will allow you to be employed, your working number basically. You want to apply for it right there and then. Let them know that you want it. And sometimes you can actually get a work permit. So alongside your study permit, which is a big yellow paper, you can get a work permit, which is separate, as well as your social insurance number. So that's what happens when you land into the country. You go to the new student section of immigration, you provide all your documents, and you collect your study permit, you ask for a work permit, and you ask for your social insurance number. So next week now we're going to talk about accommodation and work life, and all them things. So see you in the next video, and thank you for joining today. All right.